All right, you all. Today we're going to talk about execution. We're going to talk about what execution is and why it's important and the different benefits that you can have from executing your plan. So far, we've talked about having a right strategy. We've talked about standards and empowering beliefs, and now it's time to execute. So what does execution mean? Execution means to carry out a plan. So carry and out, those are your blanks. So as you follow along, you can write in the words that I'm telling you. So execution means to carry out a plan. So that means that you have something in your mind, a goal, a vision, a thought of the person that you want to become. And now it's just time to do it. You've had your strategy, you've came up with things, you're aware that there's an issue, and now it's time to execute. So some different thought processes that somebody might have or usually has whenever they are in the mode of executing what their plan is for their life. This person says, I get things done. They can say, I consistently do what I plan. And that's what I love. I consistently do what I plan. And that's where you really see results, is whenever you are consistent in what you've planned to do. This person also says, I actually do what I think. And they also say, I don't make excuses. I simply execute. No matter what's in your road, what's on your path, you are going to execute. Obviously, life happens, things happen, but for the most part, these people, they don't make excuses. They just do it. They want their goal so bad. They want to realize that they want to live in a healthy lifestyle. They want to feel good. They want to look good, and nothing is going to stop them. So, and I love this too. Many of us know what to do, meaning that we have the ideas and plans, but we don't do what we know. So like we have a lot of information running around in our minds about, okay, what are smart carbs? What are healthy fats? What are lean proteins? Okay, great. And we have meal prep and we have all these different things that we've given you guys. So you have a lot of information. We know what to do, but we don't do what we know. Oftentimes we look for something really complicated to do, or we're looking for that one last key, that one thing that's really going to sort of put us over the edge, where it's really not even that. It's just doing what you know to do. And so a lot of times people will come to me and say, okay, I'm doing this, and this, but I'm not seeing the results that I want to see. It's because they're not putting into practice the things that they know. They have a ton of information, but they're not executing. So just some examples of execution could be the successful people, the healthy people, the famous people, and the in-shape people that you see. Like I said, these are just some examples. They have executed somewhere along the line. People that are in shape, they have put in the time to learn about meal prep. They've put in the time to learn about different kinds of foods, which is exactly what you guys are doing right now. The famous people that you see, whether good or bad, they have had a plan, and now they are where they are, and that's why you know about them. The healthy people that you see, they have executed. The successful people that you see, they've executed, whether it's in business or in life, at church, whatever it is in their job. They're successful because they had a game plan, they had a right strategy, they were intentional about it, and now they're executing. So execution doesn't just depend on your circumstances, your situation, whether your results come quickly, easy, and fast. Execution is actually a mentality. So it's a thought process of, it doesn't matter what is in my way, it doesn't matter how hard it gets, I'm going to do this. So it's a process. It's being steadfast and immovable and following the game plan. And they say, I must do what I said I was going to do, and nobody and nothing by any means will stop me, not even me. So as I've said before in previous videos, we're changing our vocabulary from shoulds, wants, coulds to musts. I must do what I said I was going to do, and nobody and nothing by any means will stop me, not even me. So we're not going to self-sabotage. We're not going to go back into old habits. We're not going to go back into old ways of thinking. Like I said, execution is a mentality. Our thought process has changed, and we are where we are now because we are doing little by little to get to where we want to be, which is our goal. We're executing. We're making good choices every day. We're going to the gym. We're meal prepping. We're doing these things that are going to get us towards our goal. and we must do what we said we were going to do, and nothing is going to stop me. So that's the mentality. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to push through. I'm going to overcome these obstacles, and I'm going to execute what I plan to do. So a question you could be asking would be, how do I execute? Great question. So number one, you need to be aware. Need to be aware of what? So being aware of that there was previously a problem, there was an issue, there was something that made you think, good night, how did I get here? What in your health journey? Oh, my goodness, that triggered you to want to do this nutrition program. So you're aware that there was an issue. Okay, so you identified it. Okay, great. Now you have a specific standard. You realize that you've got to change. It's not just physical actions, it's your mentality. It's your choices that you make every day. So now your standards are raised. You might not have had any standards before now, but now you have a standard. Number three, you execute by having the right beliefs. You believe that you can do this. I can do this. And I'm going to trust this process. It doesn't matter what the internet says, doesn't matter what my mom says, doesn't matter what my husband says. I'm trusting this process. I believe and I know that I can do this. I have a game plan, I have a strategy, I'm intentional, and now I'm just going to execute. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to do it with all of my heart. And having that right strategy is so important also, number four. Because if, like I said, if you're not aware, if you don't have standards, you don't have the right beliefs, if you don't have a right strategy, if you don't know how to get from point A to point B, you're kind of just out there in the wind and it doesn't really matter. You're just kind of being tossed to and fro. Whenever you have a strategy, now you know what execution looks like. You know, okay, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this in order for me to get to my goals. That's what that means. So there's actually some benefits of execution too. There's actually a bunch of them, and these are just a few. But number one, benefits of execution, you can attain your goal. Whenever you execute, whenever you set out to do what you said you were going to do, you're going to attain your goal through consistency. Like I spoke about before, whenever you're consistent, you will attain your goal. Whenever you execute, it transforms you. It changes you physically, mentally, because you went through this process and now you have reached your goal and you're a totally different person. You're free from the problem. Free from the problem meaning, okay, I was aware earlier that I have a hard time going up and down the stairs, or I get really tired whenever I play with my kids. I'm just so winded. So you're free from that problem now because you executed. You've had your right strategy. You've set it in motion. You've been doing it consistently, and now you're free from the problem. So that's huge. I don't want to have those issues with me any longer. I want to be free from those. Whenever you execute, it gives you confidence and empowers you to face other life challenges, because wow, if I could execute in this realm of the nutrition world and the health and physical world, wow, what if I executed whenever it came to my job? What if I had more integrity, like number six? Whenever I execute, it builds my integrity. Maybe that means that my job, I can face different challenges at my job or different challenges in my family. It's going to change the way I think about those things whenever they come at me, because I know that I succeeded here in the realm, like I said, of the health and nutrition world. Well, let me take that same thought process and bring it into other areas of my life. And then number seven, whenever you execute, a benefit of that is that it births mastery. And what that means is that now I know enough that I can be successful anywhere. Like I said, that you've gained confidence, you've been transformed, you've changed your goal, you're free from the problem. And now it's birthing mastery, meaning that, okay, it doesn't matter where I go, no matter what I'm doing, I know that I can execute. I know that I can be confident. I can be a totally different person because I executed. I can take what I've learned from this principle of execution, and I can take it in other areas of my life, and I can be successful there too. So, so basically this is the teaching. It's short and sweet, but execution is so important because, like I said, you could have the game plan, you could have all these other things, you have the strategy, the right beliefs, but if you don't actually do what you said you were going to do, you're not going to attain your goal.